All right. You're welcome, everybody. This is a weekly outlook, and this is a midweek outlook, basically. And what we want to look at is look into the market and see what opportunities we have there. Okay. And usually the market moves a lot within the week because we have a lot of news activities coming into the markets. There's a whole lot of volume, whole lot of volatility in the market within the week. You know, all the traders and the banks and everybody is active within the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and all that. So we expect to see some good activities in the market, right? So what we want to do is look into the market and see what opportunities we have right now available to us to trade, right? So we'll begin by looking at the fundamentals. Let's start with the fundamentals right here. We can see that today we have New Zealand NZD official cash rate, which is interest rate data for New Zealand. And then we also Right, you're welcome back, everyone. So what we're saying is we'll start with the dollar index. Now, the dollar index underlies most of what happens in the financial markets. So what we're looking at is, first of all, understanding what's happening with the dollar index. That will give us insight as to what is likely to happen with other instruments, right? Because a lot of instruments, most instruments are correlated with the dollar index. So we're going to be seeing here what is happening first with the dollar index, right? Okay, so what we're seeing here is we're seeing a certain type of pattern on the dollar index. So we're seeing this, we're seeing price move up this way, and then we're seeing price make this move down this way. And typically what we'll be expecting is for price to retest the middle of this move here, right? This is what we call an impulse move, impulse. Okay, so what we're looking at now is for price to capture the middle of this move here. And the Fibonacci helps us to see that. So we look at this, and what we are expecting now is for price to sort of bump into this middle level here. And then once price does that, we should expect a sell-off to continue like this. All right. Now, this is the dollar index has been very weak for a while, and the reason it's been very weak is because of a whole lot of things that the president of the United States is doing. A lot of things that the president of the United States is doing, and that has weighed a lot on the dollar. So when you look at the dollar index, you will see that the trajectory of a downward trend remains in place. The downward trend for the dollar index remains in place. So there is no way that price isn't going to come down on the dollar index for the dollar index. And once that happens, we are going to be expecting to see a certain type of move, or when it comes to other instruments right here, right? So we're still expecting price to close this gap. This should probably happen sometime today, or when the news comes out later today. But we should see price bump into this level here and then drop off. Okay? So let's see what's looking, what the other instruments here are looking like. The Euro USD has this very inverse relationship with the dollar index. Let's see what that looks like. If we're seeing a potentially massive sell here, we should be seeing a sort of a potentially good buy also on Euro USD, GBP USD, and probably gold as well. But let's see what that brings. So this is Euro USD right here. And then from what we see here, we see that Euro USD is still around the 1.70 level. It's still around the 1.07 level. Now, what we should be seeing here for Euro USD is for price to drop to this 50% retracement level. Now, what this is telling us is that price is likely to rise into this zone for the dollar index. Okay, price is likely to rise into this zone for the dollar index. Now, when you look at the Euro USD again, and we consider this as a low, we consider this 1.16 as a low, we consider this 1.16 level as a low. Now, where price currently is for Euro USD is a potential area for a buy. The potential area for a buy, but then we're going to need to keep our eyes on this area here. I won't be getting on a buy yet because the dollar index seems to be giving me an unclear signal. I expect the dollar index to rise into this zone first. When the dollar index touches this zone here, it becomes easier for me to expect a significant size sell on the dollar index, which will give me a buy opportunity in Euro USD. So for now, I will hold off with Euro USD and watch what happens. I want to see the dollar index rise into this zone here, break into this zone before I expect to see a sell. And that sell will give me a buy for Euro USD. Okay, so this seems to be right now the 1.17 level here seems like a very good position for a buy on Euro USD. But there is a potential that price will break out of that. There's a potential price could break out of that and then come to the 50% before buying, right? So that's the reason why I won't be looking to get on a trade at the 1.17 level just yet, right? But there could be a setup that could help us do that. But for now, we don't see that setup at all. Okay. Let's look at GBP USD. Now, GBP USD also is one instrument that tends to correlate very oppositely to the dollar index itself. And this could even give us some very good move. Let's see what's happening here. Okay. So this is GBP USD, and we see that GBP USD has hit this level here. He has hit the 1.3532 level here. This level here for me is quite significant, right? And because this is what we call the reversals on the Q zone, especially if you understand how the Fibonacci works and how those reversal levels work. This for me is a very significant level right here, right? So this is a good position to have bought already for GBP USD. But now, since we're still expecting the dollar index to rise a little into the 50% level zone. So this is what I will be expecting to happen for the GBP USD right now. I expect the GBP USD to make a sell again first. Make a sell again first. The GBP USD should be getting into this zone right here. So this should be a very good position for a buy on GBP USD. Okay, so let's clear this out now so that we can look at this carefully. Okay, so now we can see that this level is a very good opportunity for a buy. And you see that price got to that level before. But what we should be looking for to now is price bumping into this level again. Once price bumps into this level again, that will be our signal for a buy on GBP USD. I'm quite confident about this. So this is a good one, right? On GBP USD, this support level here is a very solid support level for a buy on GBP USD. Okay, so what would that look like in terms of risk management? So this should be our entry level. We should have our stop loss somewhere around probably somewhere around 30% level, 30 pips level, and this should give us several moves, depending on what you are looking at. If you're a scalper or a day trader, a scalper, of course, a scalper, you can take any pips, any number of pips you want to take, 10, 15 pips for scalpers. But for day traders, you should be looking at taking a trade somewhere, exiting around this area here, which is this is around it. This is a 39 pip move from the entry at this level here, up here. Then we should be seeing price move even further to another level here. This should be TP2. Okay, so what are we? Let me label this. So this should give us TP1 here. TP1. TP1 here. So we should have TP2 here. TP2. And then we should have TP3 around this level here. TP3 should be this level here. Take profit 3. Okay. So what we have here is we have an entry level, entry price. So this should be our entry price, and our entry price right there. Entry price is at let's look at this. Entry price is at 1.356. 1.35666 will be our entry level there. Okay. 1.35666. Let me add this here. Okay, so that's our entry level there. Then our stop loss level, set that up. Stop loss right here. Stop loss. So we have our entry level here. We have our stop loss. Then we have a take profit 1, take profit 2, take profit 3, 4, G. Okay. So this is what we're entering on. So let's look elsewhere for another issue. Let's look into gold. Okay. Now we are looking into gold. We're looking into gold. Now, gold has been very hugely bullish recently. Have been very bullish recently, and but of course, as every instrument behaves, it's making a pullback now. Making a pullback now. And what is enabling this pullback is the buy, the bits of buy we're seeing on the dollar index here. So the dollar index here is buying a bit. And because the dollar index is buying, we're seeing that gold is beginning to make a retracement. So gold is beginning to make a retracement, right? Okay. So now what are we seeing here? This should be the level we're seeing. This should be the level where price completely reverses on gold. So let's go to a lower time frame. What we're doing now is we're trying to look at the multiple time frame analysis to give us an idea where price is going next on gold. We should expect that price should come down here from gold is currently at 3,288. We expect price to drop down to the 3,250 level. To 3,250 level, and then we expect to see a buy from there. Okay. But then let's see, do we have opportunities to enter a sell trade? Since we're expecting price to sell, what are we expecting now? If price is going to sell, then what do we have? What do we have, right? Let's look at this. So we see a supply level here. See a supply level here as well. And then we see a demand level here. We see a demand level here. Okay. Now for me, I would be, since we're expecting price to break out and come all the way down here, I would expect to see a breakout of this support or this support level here. Right? So I will expect price to break out of this. When I see price break out of this, that will be my signal to enter for a sell. So we should expect that price would capture this whole area here, which is somewhere around 300 pips. Price should capture this whole area here, which should be around 300 pips. But then first of all, I'm expecting it to break out. Breaking out of this will give me that sign that this is about to sell. All right, on a significant level. So we're going to keep our eyes on that, wait on that before we do anything else. Let's see what other instrument we can look at. Okay, so this is USD JPY. And USD JPY has been very bullish. Can we see this strong bullish run on USD JPY? Very, very strong, very strong bullish run right here. But of course, like we said, when price makes an impulse move, what does it do? It makes a correction. It makes impulse, it makes correction. So in this case, we can see that price has been very bullish for USD JPY. Now it's beginning to correct. It's beginning to correct, and the correction has already started. Most likely, price will pull back to this area here. Price should pull back to this level here. And that should be a demand level there. And then we should see price sell from here to this point. Okay, so that's what we'll be expecting to see on USD JPY. For me, I'll be more confident with the buy rather than the sell. I will let it play out on the buy, on the sell, and then take it on the buy. So this would be my this would be what I will be looking at buying. But of course, we are going to on the Telegram group that we have. We are going to give updates on these trades that are not fully set up right now. We'll give you updates on these trades on the Telegram group. All right. So guys, these are trading ideas. These are trade ideas. There's no guarantee for whether a trade goes into profit or not. We are just doing market analysis here, and then have that in mind and make sure that you are using proper risk management. Proper risk management. So the trade we have very clearly set up right now is GBP USD. Please make sure to use proper risk management. Do not risk more than 2 to 3% of your capital on any trade. Do not risk more than 2 to 3% of your capital on any trade. It's very important because there are no guarantees on any trade. And even if there are guarantees in the world we are in, you have to make sure that you are putting proper risk management in place. So look at GBP USD. This is the entry again. This is the entry. Entry is at 1.35686. We have stop loss. Stop loss is 1.35366, and then we have 3 different take profit levels. Okay, 3 different take profit levels, and then I will send this into the Telegram group shortly so that we can take advantage of this. All right, guys, and thank you. I'll see you guys on the next one.